What's up, team? I hope you guys are well. Thank you so much for coming back to the channel. I really appreciate it. Be sure, before you do anything, click the subscribe button, the like button, leave me a comment, hit the bell notification. That way you know every time I come out with a brand new video. In today's video, I want to talk to you about how to get your mind right for weight loss. This is the starting point no one talks about. Everyone is so quick to be like, here's the best diet to lose weight. Go do this workout program. Everyone's so quick to be like, hey, I just bought these 5 new supplements from GNC. Here's the thing. Your mind controls the body. If you don't have this in check, if your headspace is not in the right spot, it ruins everything. Think about what you tell your kids if they have a bad attitude going to school. They're like, well, today's gonna suck. You probably go like, well, with that attitude, it damn sure is going to. It's no different for weight loss. A lot of people don't focus on where their head is at, and that's why one of the reasons I love talking about it so much is because this is such the foundational point of everything that you're gonna do. You could have the best diet, the best workout program, the best trainer, the best system on the planet for losing the weight you want to lose, but if you don't have this in check, it's not going to matter because you're not going to show up for yourself anyway. So that's what I want to get into, is how to get your mind right for losing weight. Number 1, the body tells the mind what to think. A lot of people are waiting to get their mind right. They're like, well, once I get mentally prepared and my mind right, and once I get ready mentally, I'll start this weight loss thing, or whatever the goal is. The issue is that never works. It's the same reason why you can't read about getting over the fear of heights. Think about it. Why can't you read a book, read a pamphlet or whatever on getting over the fear of heights? You're still scared shitless to get on the roof. But how do you get over the fear of heights? You face it. You get up on the roof and eventually you go, oh, this isn't so bad after all. Because the body tells the mind what to think. Your mind is where it's at right now because of conditioning. Your body just goes along and follows suit. It's like, this is how it's always been. The best way to get mentally prepared is to start showing up. And you're basically giving yourself a new level of conditioning. You're reprogramming your brain. And that's why so much of this game is you're gonna experience a little bit of internal friction. For example, if you've not done anything with your health and weight loss the past 20 years, you're not gonna be mentally ready. You're not gonna continue sitting on your ass doing nothing, or continue not doing this and then go, okay, I'm ready to do this. It's not gonna work. You're gonna just show up, and through the friction, your mind's gonna get on board and be like, okay, I guess this isn't so bad after all. So understand that the friction you're gonna experience internally is because you're going against old conditioning, which is totally normal. When a lot of you guys know I have 3 dogs and they're all rescue dogs. Well, my 2 girls had some really bad owners before we got them. So they had some doggy trauma. When I would go to love on my girls, when I would go to pet them, they might wince because they have old conditioning from the previous owners. So I didn't just go, all right, I'll wait till they get it figured out. It's through them getting pet by me and realizing I wasn't gonna hit them. Now they don't wince anymore because it's new conditioning. So the same thing goes for you. Because of some of your history with this, let's say you have some patterns of disorder style eating. Let's say you have some patterns of trendy dieting. Let's say you have patterns of doing absolutely nothing. Well, now you're making a 180. You're gonna experience some internal friction, and that's totally normal. Just know that the body tells the mind what to think, and over time it will get better. Just keep showing up regardless of how you feel. All right. Number 2, know what to expect. This is one of the biggest things that I see kill most people's weight loss goals, because their expectations are totally out in left field. Your expectations dictate an experience. Think about any time you've in your life been disappointed. It's because you had an expectation of something better and it wasn't, and didn't live up to that. I want to get your expectations in check, because unfortunately, with where diet culture's at in the normal fitness and weight loss world, every magazine cover, every Facebook ad, every commercial, you're seeing people promise 30 pounds in 30 days. You're seeing people promise 0 effort weight loss. You're seeing people promise, oh, take my company supplement and you'll never struggle ever again. It's just not how this game goes. So here's some expectations that was gonna help rein this in check, so you can at least be anticipating the right stuff. Number 1, not linear. Weight loss isn't linear. A lot of people go, Jared, I started losing weight right out the gate and I did really well, but now I've plateaued. It's like, good. It's supposed to do that. Weight loss is not this magical lose a pound a week for the next 8 months consistently. That's not how it goes. Sometimes weight loss goes linearly, then you'll plateau, and it's meant to happen. Sometimes you have what I call the piñata effect, where it's you're chipping away, doing everything right, nothing to show for it, but then out of nowhere, it's where did that come from? Weight loss is not supposed to be this perfect linear line regardless of what the internet tells you. Number 2, you're gonna mess up. You're gonna mess up really bad sometimes. You're gonna have, something's gonna happen, you're gonna wake up and pizza crusts are all over the floor. You're gonna mess up, you're gonna miss a workout, you're gonna get sick, you're gonna say fuck it a couple times and totally go off the rails, which is okay. That's just gonna happen. But if you have the expectation you're gonna go into this thing and be perfect and good and amazing at it, then it's gonna be a rough and rude awakening. People don't come out of the womb being amazing at discipline, being amazing at being confident, being amazing at counting calories, and amazing at showing up for themselves, and amazing at working out. Some of this stuff is a learned skill, which means it's going to get better over time, but you're gonna go through some rough periods. But as long as you don't quit, that's all that matters. Which brings me to the next one. You're going to wanna quit. Because again, remember when I talked about in the beginning of this video, you're gonna have, because of conditioning, all this internal friction. What you're doing is going against your old conditioning. Everything in your brain is gonna go, quit, not worth it, and all this other stuff, because doing what goes against your old conditioning is gonna feel like death to your brain. You're gonna have feelings of like, this isn't worth it, I don't wanna do this, I'm gonna quit, I don't even know if I can handle this, I'm never gonna make it. You're gonna have all sorts of these automatic negative thoughts that are not true. I want you to really pay attention to that. They're not true. These are just automatic negative thoughts that come up. So you have to be aware that this is gonna come up. So instead of you thinking things are gonna be all hunky-dory, and all of a sudden it hits you like, oh my gosh, this is hard, I'm gonna quit. It's when it hits hard and it's gonna quit, it's like, oh, Jared talked about this, it's no big deal. It's almost like anticipating the weather being bad. Like, right, the weatherman says, hey, it's gonna rain tomorrow. You can't stop it from raining, but you can totally put your windows up. You'll lose motivation. A lot of people get into this game and they're like, Jared, I lost motivation. And I'm like, well, yeah, we all do. Think about all the stuff we do in our day-to-day that we aren't motivated to do. We aren't motivated to pay taxes. We aren't motivated to always go to work. You're not always motivated to be a parent. You're not always motivated to clean your house or to feed your dogs, but you do it all anyway. But why? It's because the repercussions hurt worse than the pain of doing it. If you're not motivated and you're in the camp of, I just don't think I'm gonna do this workout, I'm not gonna eat right today, whatever it is that you're not motivated to do, you have to ask yourself, what hurts worse? Me, the pain of doing it, or the pain of not losing the weight, or the pain of not being able to go on a roller coaster at Disney, or the pain of not being able to be confident in the bedroom. This is why you have to do a little bit of deeper digging on why it is you want your goal. And the last part is this: mental wins require overcoming mental battles. The title of this video is about how to get your mind right for weight loss. Well, in order to have the mental wins, you have to overcome some mental battles. This is where resilience comes from. This is where confidence comes from. This is where almost a sense of grit comes from. If you want to be resilient here, you're gonna be tested. Think about any person that's mentally strong, or that's just like, you just know something's different here, it's because they've overcome a lot. For you to get your mind right, you're gonna be tested on the mental level. So when you're discouraged, wanna quit, wanna throw in the towel, not feeling it, don't feel any motivation, and you show up anyway, that's giving yourself these little mental votes for the kind of person you're gonna be. And then it comes down to like an election, like who has more votes. Number 3, if this, then what? One of the best ways to get your mind right when it comes to weight loss is implement the strategy of if this, then what? You're anticipating the bad stuff to happen. If you think about anytime you've ever fallen off your diet or this hasn't worked in the past, audit it. Why? Is it because you lost motivation? Is it because you got busy and quit working out? Is it because what? Why? What happened? Now you can implement if this, then what, and make your decision before whatever happens. So right now, while you're motivated and fired up, make the decision, if motivation goes away, then what are you gonna do? If you get busy and fall off the wagon, then what are you going to do? When you make the decision now what you're gonna do, you're gonna handle that win a lot better. So if this, then what? And fill in the blanks. If this happens, let's say you binge and fall off the wagon, then what? Are you gonna wait till Monday? Are you gonna start back over immediately? Are you gonna forgive yourself and just get back on track? What are you going to do? Because now what you're doing, it's almost like going into battle or going into a fight. If I get hit in the face, I'm going to do this. If he kicks me with that leg, I'm going to block and go this way. If I get caught off guard and fall on the ground, I'm going to ball up and not get hit in the face. Whatever, if this happens, fill in the blank of what you struggle with, then what? Make your decision. And this way you can anticipate a lot better. And point number 4, do the inner work. You clicked on this video because you're struggling here. This is the mindset stuff. So the mindset is an inner work game. So many people say, Jared, I have trouble getting my mind right and getting my head in the game. I'm like, well, how much inner work do you do? Well, none. It's like if someone says, man, I'm not strong, how do I get physically strong? I go, do you lift weights? And they go, no. It's like, well, that's the training ground for becoming physically strong. So when people say, hey, how do I get my mind right? I'm like, how much inner work do you do on your mind and your heart and your feelings and your self-connection? Because that's where you get these mental wins at. Think about all the stuff that I just said that you struggle with that had nothing to do with calories and strength training. It had all to do with this. right? Showing up when you don't want to, keeping promises you make to yourself, not quitting when you want to quit. That is all inner world stuff. This is why part of becoming mentally strong, or part of getting your mindset right with this stuff, is you have to do the mindset and inner work. This is why it's super important to connect with yourself. So many people have their day-to-day set up where they subconsciously don't connect to themselves. They emotionally eat. They come home and get busy. They keep their kids going. They do whatever to like avoid sitting with themselves. Why do you think your brain won't shut up when you go to bed? It's because that's the first time you've actually sat with yourself with no distractions. This is a game of connecting to yourself and listening to what your inner world is saying. Are you stressed? Are you anxious? How do you feel? Why do you feel like that? Because those are the things that contribute to your subconscious actions. And if we just keep suppressing those emotions and that negative self, it's like suppressing the feeling of needing to go to the bathroom, and you're gonna get in a really messy situation. This is why sitting in silence is one of my favorite things to do. You could call it meditation. It's not like you have to be all weird and hopey-dopey when, wear a bunch of beads and say Om and do this thing with your hands. Not like that, but just sitting in silence. How often do you actually sit in silence and let shit come up? Probably never, if I'm gonna be totally assuming on your part. Most people don't. Most people avoid it. This is why people emotionally work, always keep busy, never sit still, emotionally eat, emotionally drink, do drugs, stay really, really busy so they don't have to sit with themselves. And then when it comes time where you're finally quiet, your brain won't shut up. This is why it's so important to let that stuff come up and then just let it go. But you actually feel the emotions. This is why connecting with yourself is so important. Because again, you can't expect to get mental wins without working on your mental state. This is why you have to think about what you think about. This is why when you have those automatic negative thoughts come up, you know how to handle those, and you can question them and don't let them become your reality, and you don't have to buy into them. All this stuff, you have to do the mental work, like the meditation, the journaling, the questioning your thoughts, questioning your beliefs, being willing to unlearn the old stuff and learn the new stuff. That's how you become mentally in the right place with all of this stuff, to have these mental wins and to get your mind right. You have to do the mind work to get your mind right. All right, I hope this helped. Thank you so much if you made it this far in the video. Be sure, and like I said before, subscribe and hit the little bell thing on here. Leave me a comment and let me know what you thought. That way I can make better videos for you guys. But otherwise, I will talk to you next time. Or, damn it, I forgot. If you're taking notes, write that one down. Overcoming mental wins. No. This is why when you have these automatic negative. Go.